Good evening, guys. Today I thought of making a video on a very important topic. It's about interview. It's about jobs. So I will be talking about various tips to crack your interview like a pro. Welcome to my channel, Learn Accountancy with Prasada. So in today's interview, I will be discussing about my experience, my own experience of taking interviews of so many candidates for multiple profiles, and also my own experience of attending interviews. Watch this video till the end. I am sure that it will be useful to many of you, and definitely it will add value when you are going to attend an interview. So let us get into the requirements of making an interview converting into a job. See, the first and foremost thing during an interview, it's very important that you dress well. It's about the first impression that matters, and it's not only about the first impression. To me personally, it is about confidence. When you are dressed well, you speak confidently, you feel confident actually, and you start speaking confidently. See, think about, put yourself into a situation when there is a festival or something. So what do? You get yourself good clothes and you try to enjoy, you feel confident and you try to enjoy the day actually. So it's very important that you have that confidence, you feel confident when attending an interview. Another important thing is body language. See, when interview is all about 30 to 45 minutes of interaction, and the first 5 to 10 minutes decides whether the interview is going to take that to the length of 40 to 45 minutes. What matters is the way you exhibit yourself during the interview, the body language, the posture, the eye contact, and the ease with which you talk to the interviewer. That matters a lot. Don't think interview as a test. Just think interview as an interaction. It is just another interaction. Stay very confident, stay very relaxed, have a good positive body language. So it's very important that the body language that you exhibit is very positive. You should have a smile on your face, and whatever questions the interviewer is asking, just think that as just another interaction. Don't worry about the outcome. Don't have the burden of thinking about the outcome in your mind. Just enjoy the conversation. Just feel free and enjoy the conversation. Another important thing which I have personally experienced when I have taken interviews, that there is a lot of things written in the resume. Everyone makes efforts to put whatever possible in the resume actually. But it's very important also to know what you have put in the resume. When I talk about know what you have put in the resume, I mean whatever you have written in the resume, you should be in a position to exhibit that. You should be not faking your resume. Everything that you put in the resume is subject to question. And when an interviewer picks something from your own resume, so it's very obvious that he expects you to answer that. So it's very important that whatever you write in your resume, it's absolutely true, it's very genuine, and more importantly, you know what is put in the resume. Next, next thing is understanding your profile. Whenever you go for an interview, make sure that before going to the interview, you are thorough about the profile that you are getting into. Ask the company or ask the recruiter to give you the job description. Go through the job description in detail, understand what that job description will be offering you in terms of your once you're hired in terms of your role in the company. So it's very important that you are absolutely clear on the profile that you will be getting into. As a fresher, it might be overwhelming looking at the job description. You may or may not understand, but everything is available uh, in terms of in public domains. You can Google it. You can ask someone from that company, that your peers or your colleague or your friends who are already working in that company, that what that job profile is going to offer you. So it's very important to know your profile. And one very important thing before you're attending the interview is to research about the company. So it's very important. For example, if you are a CA fresher or a CMA fresher, or you're applying for any finance job, or it can be a non-finance job also. So it's very important that you know about the company. Particularly if you're applying for a finance job, it is very important that you know the financial performance of the company. Websites like Toffler, they offer the annual report of the company. You can go through the annual report of the company. Website like Screener, they also offer financial data of the company. So you can go through the company, research about the company, try to understand the revenue, the top line, the EBITDA of the company, the profit after tax of the company. If you are going into a financial reporting profile, it's very important that you know which are the accounting standards applicable to the company, the Indian accounting standard, Ind AS. If you're going for a MNC, if the company is reporting under IFRS, what are the IFRS applicable to the company? So it's very important. If you're going for a tax profile from the annual report, you can understand the litigation that is applicable to the company. The notes to accounts gives you an inference of the accounting treatment the company does for various accounting aspects actually. So it's very important that you are very well read on the annual report, particularly if you are going into a financial reporting profile. It's very important that you are well read with the notes to accounts of the company. If you are going into uh, a tax profile, it's important that you go into the litigation or the contingent liability schedule of the company. So it's important that you prepare about the research about the company for financial profile. For a generic role, it is important that you go to the website of the company, understand the products and services that are offered by the company. In one of the interview that I went actually, I was asked the type of product the company offers, and it was an automobile company. So they asked me how many models of the cars are prevalent in the market at this moment actually. So it's very interesting. A question can come up from anywhere actually. So it's very important you research about the company. That also shows that you are interested and you did your research about that company. And during the interview, it's very important the way you articulate. If a question is asked by the interviewer, be very precise and short when you answer it. Articulation of concepts is very, very important. And particularly for someone who is a CA fresher or a CMA fresher or a CS fresher, if a concept based question is being asked, see, as a CA professional or the CMA professional or CS professional, obviously you may be knowing most. It is most likely that you will be knowing the concept, but it is very important to deliver the concept during the interview. The concept should reach to the interviewer in the way that you want him to understand. So the articulation of concept is very important. And my personal experience when I interviewed candidates, CA freshers, CMA freshers, BCom fresher, I have found that many times they know the concept, but many times they knew the concept, but they were not able to articulate or they were not able to convey the concept to me actually. So it's very important that articulation of concept, conveying the concept, the communication should be absolutely clear so that it reaches the interviewer in the way that you want him to understand. A good articulation is a must. See, now the job market, you all know, the job market is not as good as it was before, and particularly for CA freshers, the passing percentage has been very good in the last few attempts. So the supply is also more, and there are again multiple criterias when it comes to selection. It can be the number of attempts, it can be rank, it can be many other factors as well. So it's very important to get a job first, and for that you need to be flexible. Don't be choosy on location and profile at this moment. Maybe 2 years back it would have been fine, but with the current supply of professionals and the demand being lesser, so it's very important to be flexible, guys. You can be little flexible on the package also if you're a fresher. It does not mean compromising or going at a very low package, but you can definitely be reasonable in your expectation of a package as well. So be flexible on the location and be flexible on the profile. On the profile, I would have advised otherwise had it been 2, 3 years back. But for now, it is important that you first get a job actually. And for some reason, being a fresher, if you don't like the profile, you always have an opportunity to switch to some other profile. The first 5 years is all about experimenting multiple profiles and then finding what suits you and what you like as a profile. So 25 to 30, I feel is the age. Maybe in fact 23 to 30, I feel is the age where people can experiment. And once you get into the later phase of 20s, 28 to 33 or 35, that is the age when you start building your expertise actually. So be flexible with respect to location, be flexible with respect to profile, and be reasonable with respect to your expectation of salary. And another important thing is be well read on what is happening around globally and be uh, being well read on the current affairs and the industry trends which are happening actually. See, one of the very common question that any interviewer or HR will ask is, tell me about yourself. And whenever someone asks this question, see, I have personally seen candidates whenever this question is asked, they tend to answer it in a way that it looks like a pre-recorded statement actually, because that is what they have been telling in all the interviews that they have been going actually. So it should not look like a robotic answer or a pre-recorded message kind of a thing. Let it be very real. You can talk about your education, you can talk about your internship experience, you can talk about your family, you can talk about your passion, but keep it real, guys. Don't be in a hurry to answer in 2, 3 sentences and make it look robotic. Be real in answering. Tell me about yourself. See, if you are a fresher, you may not have experience, right? But if you are a CA, you would have done your internship, or if you are an MBA, you would have done your internship. So talk about your internship, guys. Talk about your experience of internship. It's very important when you try to connect practically with the interviewer beyond theory, actually. Like, for example, you can always tell that you handled GST filing or income tax filing or some kind of filing during your internship. And when you did some GST reconciliation, you advise the client on how they can maximize the input credit and how you made the client save an amount by ensuring that the reconciliation of GST, the input reconciliation of the GST was being carried out diligently, actually. Or when it comes to tax, you can talk about your internship experience on how you saved some taxes, how you did some tax planning for the client actually, be it an individual return or a corporate return, and how you learned from the senior about the tax planning, or have you went into litigation, or how you interpreted an accounting standard, anything actually. So all those things, connecting your internship experience with something practical will always have an edge when it comes to interview. Okay, this is what I was talking about. During my articleship, I assisted in preparing monthly GST return for a client. I noticed a mismatch in ITEC, coordinated with the client, and helped rectify it. So, what was the learning here? This taught me attention to detail and teamwork. So, even a small thing can be impressive if explained with learning and impact. See, I think all of you might be having a LinkedIn profile. If not, you can create a LinkedIn profile. Networking is very important, guys. Nowadays, networking is key actually. Personally, I have sent cold email messages to recruiters when I was looking for a job or someone in that organization who can give me a referral. So it's very important that you build a very strong network actually. So if you find a job anywhere in a job portal, identify the HR of the company, send them connection request, identify few employees in the company, send them connection request, and then send a cold email or message to them stating that you have come across this job opportunity and you have been interviewed in this company, uh, you have been called for interview in this company, something like that. Or start with something like you came across this job opening and you find yourself a good fit for this particular role. Can you help me refer? Don't just attach a resume. Start with something. Try making a conversation. And if you send to at least 10 different people, there are chances that at least two or three might reply you back. So, a good networking always helps actually. One is as an employee referral, people will be happy to refer you. And when a candidate comes to referral, they always have an upper hand actually. So, there are some brownie points that they always get. Or you can reach out to HR. You can reach out to, if you are targeting a particular industry, if you are targeting a particular role, reach out to people in that role or people in that industry, send them cold messages in inbox and ask for a referral. So it definitely helps and add value. And during the interview, most of the everyone they close with this thing. They ask, do you have any questions actually? And whenever this question is asked, actually, don't get into the salaries, leaves, work from home. So that shows that you are very self-centric kind of a person. Make it look good, actually. Like what is the career progression in this role in 1 or 2 years once I join this company, or what are the skills that I should focus on to succeed in this role. So this shows that you are curious about the role and you are also willing to learn. You are willing to you are thinking in this organization for a long run actually. So that definitely creates an impact. So this is all I just wanted to share about my experience of interview. You can reach me in LinkedIn as Prasad Ramachandran. My LinkedIn handle is Prasad Ramachandran. In YouTube, you can reach me in my YouTube channel, Learn Accountancy with Prasada, and Instagram, I'm available in the same handle, Learn Accountancy with Prasada. Thank you, guys.